Hello, how we doing? Good. Oh, I can tell you're going to be talkative today. I already know how this is going to go. 2013? Thank you. Wow. All right. Yeah, guys, thanks so much for coming. Seriously. Yeah, we're AJR. We got Adam. I'm Jack. I'm Ryan over there. Yeah, we're really happy to be here. Yesterday, we just released our third album. It's called Neo Theater. And so we thought we'd do some of these and just play some acoustic songs from the album. And in between songs, we can answer like questions. That's totally fine. You guys can like raise your hand. We'll do a couple of those. We'll just kind of hang out for a little bit. You want to jump right into one from the album? All right, here we go. Let's play it. Yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. This hospital's got lots of crying kids. A minute ago I did not exist. It's nice to finally meet my relatives. I bet it's always gonna stay this fun. I bet it's easy staying away from drugs. I bet our parents always stay in love. Yeah, they always stay in love.
So now you know my people gon' be stepping in time.
Wow. So thank you for coming to my birthday party. I'm 1 minute old today, and everything is going great. Thank you for coming to my birthday party. I'm 1 minute old today, and my minute's been going great, and I hope it stays that way. Hey. I bet this Instagram's a load of fun. It's best to show the best of everyone. I bet it never bites us in the bum. I bet my ignorance is always bliss, except ignoring pigments in our skin. I bet my country's nice to immigrants, and that's just how it is.
So now you know my people gon' be stepping in time.
Wow.
So now you know my people gon' be stepping in time.
So thank you for coming to my birthday party. I'm 1 minute old today, and everything is going great. Hey, thank you for coming to my birthday party. I'm 1 minute old today, and my minute's been going great, and I hope it stays that way. You got your good things, and I've got heaven. Everything is fine in heaven. Everything is fine. You got your good things. I've got. Thank you for coming to my birthday party. I'm 1 minute old today, going great. Thank you for coming to my birthday party. I'm 1 minute old today, and my minute's been going great. This hospital's got lots of crying kids. A minute ago I did not exist. It's nice to finally meet my relatives. I bet I'll never outgrow all my friends. I bet I'll see a female president. Yeah, I can tell this life will be a cinch, and that's just how it is. thank you so much. That, of course, was birthday party. Yeah. Guys, seriously, let's jump right into it. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll get to as many as we can. Yeah, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Break My Face. What was like your inspiration behind it?
Yeah, I'll repeat all the questions. The question was "Break My Face," which is one of the songs from the new album. What was the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, that was the last song that we wrote for the album.
Right.
And I think we were just like looking back and we kind of realized the album was missing a certain flavor. It was missing like just a big badass kind of song. Do you remember like how we came up with the idea?
I have no clue, honestly. I think you woke up from a dream and you were like, "Break my face," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Just wait." And then that was the story behind that song.
It definitely wasn't.
That sounds like a dream I had. Yeah, that was something. Yeah, yeah. Right next door. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Thank you.
My friend Shannon from Watching and Serious say hi, by the way.
Okay, great.
I wanted Ryan, what was your inspiration behind Turning Out Part 2? I loved it so much.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the question was about Turning Out Part 2, which was Ryan wrote 2 of the songs by himself on the album. It was Turning Out Part 2 and Dear Winter. So.
Right, yeah.
Oh. Yes.
What a great expression, like your tongue like fell out of your mouth there.
She had to like shove it back in. It was so out of it. Yeah.
I love that. So so there was a song on The Click, our last album, called Turning Out, and it was about a relationship I was in, and so kind of that relationship had a next chapter, I guess, and so I felt like there needed to be a sequel, but I think there's going to be a Turning Out Part 3 probably on our next album.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, back there. Yeah. Yes.
I would just first of all, I'll say thank you for my birthday present. Today's my birthday.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday. Great.
And on the album, you talk a lot about your nervousness for releasing this album. How did that compare to The Click? Because you said your success from The Click made this one worse. So I want to know how you feel.
Great question, and it's completely true. Yeah.
We weren't nervous at all before releasing The Click because we were releasing it to like almost nobody. I think.
Yeah. it's true. You know, when we put out The Click, we really hadn't had that much success at all. I think, you know, we had that first single, I'm Ready, like 7 years ago. Those were like the 3 people that we put The Click out to. Yeah, so when we put The Click out, I don't think Week had even kind of started gaining its momentum yet, so really no one was really kind of demanding it. So we were like, okay, let's just put this out and see what happens, and then just keep going to school and having fun. But, you know, after The Click actually had, objectively had success. You know, there was like a few successful singles and people bought the album. So now people are like, okay, now put out something and do exactly what you did and have the same amount of success, and I want to like it just as much. So how could you not be nervous when you put out an album, you know? We were terrified, because then there's that, you know, I feel like you guys, as listeners, go through this. When you hear a sophomore album or the next album of an artist that you really like, you're like, okay, he can. I really hope he doesn't do the exact same thing, and I really hope he doesn't go too far away, you know, or else I'm gonna be mad if he does either of those things. So honestly, as an artist, it's a little scary. You have to strike that balance to kind of please you in that way. So yeah, definitely nerve-wracking. Yeah, right there.
Hi. First of all, I just want to say I've been listening to you guys for like about a year now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I know you guys, there was parts of songs in this album that kind of like ended up in other songs. So like how
Oh, yeah.
Bad Days ended up in other songs, things like
Right.
that. Can you like name any examples besides
Yeah, so yeah, the question was, it was, yeah, she was commenting on the fact that, yeah, I guess not a lot of you know this yet, because you haven't given it, I'm sure you haven't given it a real thorough listens yet, but I guess there's, I mean, you might not know this, yeah, I know you have, but I guess there is a piece of every song, I guess, in another song.
Yeah, every song on the album has a piece of another song in it.
So, and that could be anything from like the tiniest little drum beat to like a really obvious melody. So the most obvious example is between 100 Bad Days and Karma. The da 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 is in both songs, and that's extremely obvious. But then there's other stuff. What's a really obscure one that we can share?
I don't want to tell anybody. I feel like it's kind of fun to search for this stuff.
Yeah,
right?
so go home and like do a little word search with our album. Okay, yeah, I guess yeah. That didn't answer your question at all. Super unsatisfying. We'll do one more question, yeah, and then we'll play another song.
Thank you guys so much. I love all of your music. I've been
Wow.
listening from the start. You guys are big inspiration.
I have to say, this is honestly the nicest group of people we played for in a couple days. You guys are so polite.
I just wanted to ask about beats. Would you guys say that's
I'm Not Famous Part 2.
Oh, interesting.
And you think that would be like a good way to describe the song?
Great question. Oh yeah, the question was, can you tell us about Beats, which is a song on our album? Is that I'm Not Famous Part 2? I have to say, I think that's no. I think it's not I'm Not Famous Part 2. That's not what we had in mind. I think we were going more for like the 330 of this album, in terms of like, I guess industry commentary, you know, and like social commentary. The idea behind that song is, okay, so we have some momentum now. How do we capitalize this really on this really quick? Should we do product placement with Beats? You know, Beats by Dre can give us a ton of money, but it's, you know, it's a version of selling out. I guess so. The song is kind of contemplating that in a bunch of different ways. So I'd say it's a little bit more like 330. It's a great question though. Yeah, let's play another song. We're gonna do one. I say old. It's not an oldie, but it is not. It's on the last album. Okay, we'll do Burn the House Down for you. Used to keep it cool, used to be a fool, all about the bounce of my step. Watch it on the news, what you gonna do? I could hit refresh and forget. Used to keep it cool. Should I keep it light, stay out of the fight? No one's gonna listen to me. If I write a song preaching what is wrong, will they let me sing on TV? Should I keep it light? Is that right? Way up we go. Then up and down that road. Way up, oh no. We gon' burn the whole house down. Watch me standing in line. You're only serving lies. You got something to hide. We gon' burn the whole house down. Yeah. We gon' burn the whole house down. Yeah, used to let it go. Walk into the show, gunning at the tricks on your sleeve. Too good to be truthful. I'm in a room full of entertainers and thieves. Used to let it go. Oh no. Way up we go. Then up and down that road. Way up, oh no. We gon' burn the whole house down. Watch me standing in line. You're only serving lies. You got something to hide. We gon' burn the whole house down. Yeah. We gon' burn the whole house down. Yeah. Should I hang my head low? Should I bite my tongue? Or should I march with every stranger from Twitter to get shit done? Used to hang my head low, now I hear it loud. Every stranger from Twitter is gonna burn this down. Way up we go. Then up and down that road. Way up, oh no. We gon' burn the whole house down. Watch me standing in line. You're only serving lies. You got something to hide. We gon' burn the whole house down. Whoa. Yeah. We gon' burn the whole house down. We burn it down. We burn it down. We gon' burn the whole house down. Yeah, let's burn the house down. Thank you guys, thanks so much. We love these shows, seriously. We love the intimate vibe. We're very used to playing, you know, the big shows where the audience is like super far away. We can't really see them, so this is so great. I love these questions too. Let's keep them coming. Who has more? Let's get one in the back. You, right? Yes, you.
And so for the cover for the new theater
Yep.
album, what inspired the artwork for it? I
There's so many what inspired questions, and they're great. Yeah, the question was what inspired. Oh wait, are you still talking? I'm sorry. I just interrupted you. Was the question what inspired the Neo Theater artwork?
Yeah, what's the meaning of it?
Oh, what's the meaning of it? Okay. Yeah, I guess. How did that come about? I found the artist on Instagram, just like the last albums. We basically, I was scrolling through Instagram, I saw this artist, his name is Michael Kuche, something like that. And I saw that he had done these sort of art pieces that had these animated figures in like real life settings that were like these really realistic kind of like puppet doll looking things, and I was like, that has to be the album. And then I found out that he was this like huge artist. He did like the Winnie the Pooh movie and the new Dumbo movie, like he's done all this work for Disney. And we were like, okay, great, it's gonna be $3 million. And he gave us like such a reasonable rate. I think he just liked the music and he wanted to do it. And it was really cool. We thought it would be a cool like evolution from the last album, right?
We knew the idea behind Neo Theater, the word is we wanted to kind of invent this world with this album where you didn't really need to learn any lessons of being in your 20s, and you don't really need to become jaded like a lot of people become in their 20s. And so we knew with the album art we wanted to create what was in our minds of what that world looked like. So yeah, he did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, right there.
Me?
Yeah.
Most fans expected an overture on this album, so what was the decision not to include one?
The question was, most fans expected it was an insult of a question. Most fans expected an overture on the album, and what was your decision behind deciding not to include one?
Yeah, I think because most fans expected it, just our brains go to, no. Let's keep surprising people, and let's keep surprising ourselves a little bit. I think if we were to try to do that, we would just be trying to match the click and, try to copy ourselves, and that's really not fun as an artist. So we thought, let's introduce people to Neo Theater in a way weirder way,
And we thought that, I guess, it was a little homage to it by doing it, I guess, with the entire album. There's a piece of another song, each song. So we figured that that's kind of like an overture as an album. So, yeah. You like that better? Really? Wow. I thought that you didn't like us at first. And then you did, so. Just, why is there no overture on the album? Yeah, that's how we asked it. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, just want to say I really love you guys. You're my favorite.
Thank you.
So earlier when you were like saying you were comparing like albums and we have to make a new one.
Yeah.
So like me and my friend were actually really scared in finale when we heard the lyrics where it was like if it's my final album. We were like, we were texting each other. We were like, what does this mean?
Big announcement. We're quitting, baby. Now.
This is our final show too. This is it. Now canceling Radio City. This is it.
What was the idea behind that line?
I don't know. I don't want to tell you. But notice that the lyric is
so mysterious.
Notice that the lyric is not saying this is my final album. It's saying if this is my final album, I hope I made you smile. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's really the point of that.
Yeah.
Good question. Yeah. Yeah, right there.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you please make plushies of you?
Yeah. She said, "Can you please make plushies of you, like on the album cover?"
How big would they be if we were to make them? Like life size?
Life size is going to come to life and haunt you, definitely. Even small, that's going to be terrifying. Selling that in like a concert, just like all over the place, that's just going to be so freaky. We're going to need like 3 trucks just for that merch, just full of our bodies. We'll send you a personalized plushie, okay? We'll get you, yeah, right there in the hat.
I saw you guys in Philadelphia, but in birthday party, how come in 3 minutes long you're still saying that you're
The question was, how come, and it was another insult. Sort of a roast. It was in birthday party, how come at 3 minutes in, you still say, I'm 1 minute old? I think the door's over there, man. No, honestly, we would put out the songs, and that was like the first comment. We're like, great, birthday party's out. First comment. 2 minutes, I'm 1 minute old at 2 minutes in, and we were like, cool, I did not think about that literally at all while we were making the song. And I guess I'm 2 minutes, no, that doesn't sound good. That wouldn't have been good. So you're just gonna have to deal with it, I think. Yeah, right there. Yes.
So, in birthday parties,
Yeah.
after the whole album came out, the song sort of like was out of context, but then it was crazy for me after the album came out how it actually like went into context. Did you do that on purpose?
Oh wow, that's a great question. Really
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So the question was, you know how we put out Birthday Party before we released the whole album? She said that it was very out of context when she heard it. It was just kind of hit her randomly. But then when she heard the album, she kind of understood why. Was that on purpose putting
Yeah.
that out? I think it definitely was.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
was. Yeah, we thought a lot about the order of the album. Like we asked fans to listen to it in order. I don't know if anybody did, but like that was our idea behind it. That the first half of the album is really about being kind of naive and innocent, and Birthday Party is a good example of that. I think the world is, going to always stay this easy. And then the second half, it's like more jaded songs like Finale and Beats and Dear Winter and stuff. And so it was kind of that transition. So I hope it makes more sense within the album now. That's an interesting.
Yeah, great question. Let's play another song from the album. Yeah, let's do. How about you guys leave the stage and we'll do Dear Winter. Oh God. Aww, I want the whole time. Dear Aww. Do you like your Aww? Okay. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Dear Winter, I hope you like your name. I hope they don't make fun of you when you grow up and go to school, okay? 'Cause Winter is a badass name. Dear Winter, I hope you talk to girls or boys or anyone you like. I just hope you don't stay in every night, 'cause I wish I was out tonight. It really doesn't seem like there's anyone for me. But dear Winter, I hope you like your name. I'm hoping that someday I can meet you on this earth. But shit, I gotta meet your mom first. Dear Winter, I hope you like the song. And even when you're 13 and you scream at me for parenting you wrong, I hope it's still a badass song. It really doesn't seem like there's anyone for me. But dear Winter, I hope you like your name. You know I cannot wait to teach you how to curse. But shit, I gotta meet your mom first. Dear Winter, don't move too far away. Please don't say I'm hovering when I text you to ask about your day. I wanna hear about your day. Will we still hang out and talk when I'm no longer in charge? Oh dear Winter, I hope you like your name. I hope you let me take a shower with you on your 21st. But shit, you gotta ask your mom first. Dear Winter, I'm looking for your mom. I gotta find a girl that doesn't mind that I'm inside my head a lot. Winter, it won't be too long. First I just gotta find your mom. Thank you so much. God, I do not like being up here alone. Thank you for coming back. Oh man. I thought you weren't coming back for a second and you left me as a solo act. Yeah, let's keep going with these questions. Love them. Yeah, right there.
How did you guys end up meeting up with JJ and deciding that you're going to go with trumpet for a lot of your new songs?
Wow.
Prominent.
Wow, I love these questions. They're usually all just, your favorite color is blue, right? You know, something like that. And then one person just like puts their hand down. Yeah, the question was, how do we meet up with JJ and decide that we wanted to use trumpet in our songs? I guess the process of meeting up with JJ and Chris, honestly, like living in New York, you just know a lot of musicians, so it's really just mutual friends that connected us. But I guess the decision, drums were obvious because it just filled out the sound, but trumpet, we realized, okay, if there's, you're obvious, you're not even special. Thank you. That was really great. You're really coming along. Yeah, trumpet. We realized that I guess we wanted to bring another musician on. If there was one instrument that is the most prevalent in our music, I think you'd agree that it's trumpet. We have like a lot of drops with trumpet. We put like harmony engine on trumpet at 330. I guess there's trumpet in almost all of our songs, so we thought it'd be cool to have someone playing trumpet running around the stage with us. So JJ was the perfect fit. Yeah. Round of applause for JJ and Chris, by the way. Yeah, right there. Yes, you.
Why did you write the song Dear Winter?
Why do we write the song Dear Winter?
Alone.
Oh, why did he write it by himself? That's a great question, actually. He was asking why Ryan wrote Dear Winter alone.
I think me and Jack write basically all the songs besides, I guess it's the slower, more emotional ones that I write alone. I don't know, just sometimes if you're writing a really personal song, it's better to just come from one person's perspective. That's a great question.
I'm more like the angsty all over the place. I have no emotion in me whatsoever. Yeah, in the hat back there.
Hi, I noticed there weren't any features on the click. You had Sober Up with Rivers promo.
Yeah.
Are you guys planning on experimenting with anything like that in the future?
I'd love to. I think we went into this album being like, we're totally gonna do so many features. It's gonna be a SoundCloud rapper album. We gotta get Kodak. He's the first one I'm gonna call. No, but I definitely wanted to have a feature on the album. I guess, by the end it got to be there actually was a due date for this album. We needed to get it into time for them to start producing vinyl and all that stuff. So we were finishing these songs really fast. I think the day we handed it in, we were like, oh my god, maybe we were gonna do a feature on one of these. But I guess honestly, if we had the full body of work and we were fine and we totally forgot, then it was fine without. I guess a feature, I like features I guess because it's a fun little alternative, but I guess when we were listening all the way through, we were happy with it.
Yeah,
so
these are solid with
I guess
that,
what's the point, yeah. Yeah, in the hat back there.
Real quick, I got my professor to listen to your album because I'm sampling from Eraserhead.
Oh yeah, wow. That's great, yeah.
So in your video to your teacher, you
Mhm.
said you had a whole album ready to go and you scrapped it.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get to hear any of that maybe on the ESP or deluxe edition?
Oh yeah, okay, so the question was, in the little album trailer that we did, there was a little line about how we had this kind of preliminary album and we decided to scrap it and start over. Yeah, that's definitely true, essentially. When we started writing the album, we started writing all these songs, and we had a bunch, and the reaction that we had to each one was, oh, this is cool, this could definitely go on the album. Oh, this could definitely go on the album. And then we realized, we don't want a song where we say, oh, this could be on there. We want a song where you have to say, this has to be on there, or we're not putting out the album. So we were like, we need to make a full album of those, so we said, let's kind of change up the mindset a little bit. Let's go a little crazier with production. Let's start saying why not a little bit more, so let's start having more fun. And then we came out with this group of songs. I think that of the songs that we decided not to put on, there's only maybe one that we think is up to this caliber. I'm guessing that'll end up coming. I don't know, we write a lot for other artists too, so we may end up giving it to someone that we think would fit, or we might end up putting it on deluxe. Either way, yeah, that might happen. Hey, let's play another song from the album now, yeah? This one was not released before. This one was just came out on the album yesterday, so we'll give it a shot. This is a song called Wow, I'm Not Crazy. Frankly, I'm scared of clowns, and get-togethers get me down. But when you talk, it's like, wow, I'm not crazy. Don't kill me, 'cause I'm just a messenger. I already went and took my temperature, and I'm not sick. I took all my vitamins. Yeah, I'm not sick. I'm just kinda different. Oh, different, so different. They tell us to be different, but no one told me I could go too far. Frankly, I'm scared of clowns. Get-togethers get me down. But when you talk, it's like, whoa, I'm not crazy. Frankly, I feel insane. But you say you feel the same. Suddenly, it's like, hey, I'm not crazy. 'Cause when you talk, it's like, whoa, I'm not crazy. different. They tell us to be different, but no one told me I could go too far. Frankly, I'm scared of nouns. Get sick of this, get me down. But when you talk, it's like, whoa, I'm not crazy. Frankly, I feel insane. You say you feel the same. Say it's like, hey, I'm not crazy. 'Cause when you talk, it's like, whoa, I'm not crazy. When you talk, it's like, whoa. 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 When you talk, it's like, frankly, I'm scared of now. You got to get this, get me down. When you talk, it's like, whoa, I'm not crazy. That's like the first time we did that, so I think we Sweet, thank you so much, yeah. Yeah, you, right there. Yeah.
So, like, what kind of artists, like, you really pull inspiration from for this album?
Yeah, the question was, what artists do we pull inspiration from for the album? What artists? I think we pull inspiration from, honestly, a different artist per song. Would you say?
We got really into Israeli music. That doesn't mean anything to like anybody, but there's Israeli like production, like Israeli hip hop in Israel is very weird. It's like every song is like 5 songs in one.
Even the song we just did, like Well I'm Not Crazy, how it goes like Junga Junga, and then it goes to that big drop at the end. We were listening to Israeli production. They do a lot of that. We realized, like, I guess people's attention spans, including ours, absolutely, are getting way shorter music-wise. It's very true. So we thought, you know, why not just throw a couple different songs into one song, have a lot of switch-ups. We think that's super fun, so we decided to start doing that. Specifically, I think, I don't know, some of the hip-hop out there, like Chance the Rapper was definitely a big inspiration production-wise and musically. A lot of that old choir stuff that we do in the beginning and the end of the album, and in Don't Throw My Legos, we got really into that, like 1930s choir. We thought, let's kind of create our own and then like sample ourselves production-wise. We just kind of said, like, why not a lot in this album. We were like, let's just kind of have fun and do a lot of weird stuff. So, yeah, right there.
Can you talk a bit about your writing process? Not for one song in particular, but just in general.
Yeah, she's asked, can we talk about our writing process in general? It's completely random for us because we do this stuff just by ourselves, which is pretty, you know, contrasting to many of the other artists out there who have like a certain studio time. I'm coming in from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. We're going to write a song in 3 hours, and then we'll do it again the next day. For us, since we have this freedom, it's extremely random, and we really just go by when the inspiration hits, which more specifically is when a great line just pops into our head. Honestly, I could be walking down the street doing errands, and a great line pops in, and then I'll just abandon everything and we'll go home and write the song. Seriously, that's kind of how it works, because you've got to go when inspiration strikes. More specifically, we've written the best songs. When I say the best, I guess the most successful ones, like Weak and Sober Up and stuff like that, with a concept first. I think we came up with the concept for Weak first, before we had melody, lyrics, anything. It was just, I should stay strong, but I'm weak, and what's wrong with that? And we were like, okay, we have to write a song about that, let's just do that. So I'd say, for us, everyone's different, but if you're a songwriter, I'd say come up with a really strong concept first, because that's the thing that's going to be the most relatable. Everything else is kind of just like sprinkles and frosting to make you feel good, but the real meat is the concept. Yeah, right there.
This isn't really relevant, but your parenting.
Oh boy, I was waiting for that one.
What made you think that wasn't relevant?
That's totally on track with Neo Theater. Will you marry me, Neo? You know, that's all it. I'm gonna have to do a nice swift no for that one. Oh my god. I'm sorry. We'll talk about it after. Back there in the long sleeve, yeah.
So my question is, so you guys used to write a lot of your music in your parents' living room?
Yeah.
And now that you guys moved out, I'm assuming Are you guys still going back there? Or you guys
Yeah, we had a really funny situation with this. So yeah, we moved out about 8 months ago, and we were like so excited to do it. So we moved out, and it was great. And then we started to write for the new album, and there was something about our new apartment. We were living on the Upper West Side that was so creatively uninspiring. Like we wrote such bad songs there, and JJ can even attest. He was staying there for a little bit, and he comes up to us, and he was like, "Guys, like that's just like a creative black hole." I was trying to play trumpet the other night, and I had like no ideas. So I guess we spent a lot of the days living up there and then going back down to our parents' living room to like write the song just to feel creatively inspired. But yeah, we're really enjoying not living with our parents anymore. That's the point of that. That's been a real victory. Yeah, right there in the hat. Oh yeah.
The entertainment
Oh.
here, you mentioned that you made your favorite song your ringtone.
Yeah.
You got tired of it. What's wrong with that?
Oh, what's up? I think our dad gave us the idea for that line, right?
It was, you know that song by Family of the Year, Hero?
Yeah.
It was in Boy. Yeah.
What's the song? It's like. Let me go. I don't wanna be your hero. That song, you know?
Yeah, that was like our favorite song for so long, and then we made it our alarm right as we went on tour, where we were waking up at like 5:30 every morning, and we now despise that.
Now
song.
it's more of just like vomit-inducing, you know. You know that, yeah. Yeah, our dad, I think said that to us. He was like, "Oh God, I've had this same like song as my ringtone for 3 years, and I just want to die." And we're like, "That's the first line of the entertainment scene right there. Thanks, Dad." Yeah, right there.
Okay, so this is about the album. It's about performing in general.
Sure.
But I did my master's thesis on performance anxiety, and I interviewed.
That's awesome.
I interviewed a bunch of like musicians that like I know, but I was curious as to like you guys sell out like big, huge venues. Do you guys get nervous? Yeah. Do you guys still get nervous performing? In front of
I'll
people?
give you a really honest answer. The question was, sorry, she said she did something really cool. She wrote her thesis, right? Right about performance anxiety, which is a really cool topic. For a really long time, I did not get nervous, and the only time I get nervous is when I'm not doing like a headline show where fans show up, because you know, if you go out and you see a bunch of fans there that all like bought tickets to see you and that know all the words, there's nothing really to be nervous about. You can kind of go up and like burp and like it could be okay. Like you'll probably be okay. The times that I don't know about them, get nervous is when we're going on stage for like a group of people who are gonna get a first opinion of us there, basically. Like a college show, I guess. Like, you know, I guess a lot of you are in college. College kids have really strong opinions. So, you know, they're coming to the show and they're like, okay, let's check out this band. And it's on us, there's a lot more pressure to be like, here's our music and here's us, I hope you like us. So I always get nervous before I really, really have to prove something to someone for the first time. I hope that's a good answer, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Out of all the songs you've made, what's your favorite one? And also, who's your favorite Office character?
Oh, nice. Oh, you have the Dunder Mifflin shirt on. Very nice. Woo! It was a double question. Both parts were equally as important. The first question was, what are our favorite songs that we've made out of all of them? And the second question was, what's your favorite Office character? We'll go with that first. Ryan is Gabe.
You're just telling me what my favorite.
It's not even favorite. I was going more to like who you look. General vibe is Gabe. Yeah. I've spent the entire first 20 years of my life trying to imitate Jim from The Office, and I'm still not quite there yet. But that's kind of who I based my life on. Adam is Gabe. Yeah, this the actual question. What are our favorite songs that we've made? What's your favorite?
Honestly, I think Dear Winter is probably my favorite.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's. I'd say that's. I don't know. I have a lot of favorites on the album. I think While I'm Not Crazy's up there. Don't Throw My Legos is definitely up there. But I'd say Dear Winter is the most impressive song that Ryan has written for sure. So I got to give him a little round of applause for that one. So it's really, really cool. Yeah, I guess I'll go with While I'm Not Crazy. What's your favorite from the album?
Probably Next Up Forever.
Next Up Forever. Yeah. Yes. You want to do one more question, then we'll play a last song for you guys? Yeah, right there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
How did you go about recreating, especially Next Up Forever, recreating the old chorus?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah, amazing question. So it was really important.
Wait. The question was, how did we go about recreating that old choir for the first and last song?
So like Jack said, we're like in love with that kind of music, and it was really important to us that we didn't like half-ass it and like put an effect on our voice to make it sound old and like, you know, like just do it very cheaply. We wanted to kind of learn everything there was to learn about this kind of music. it's called close harmony choir, and there's a specific way that they arrange and record the choir that they did in like the 1930s and 40s. And so we looked up basically every group from that era and really, really studied it. And then we ended up recording it in the exact way that they recorded it back then through old like rotary telephone mics and stuff, and got like the arranger that worked with those original people and stuff. So it was really important that it sounded authentic, and then we got to contrast that with really like a dirty hip hop beat and put it into the future somehow.
I think like what made us fall in love with that specifically, because there's so many different kinds of choirs out there, and they're all amazing and so impressive to listen to. I guess every other kind of choir, you kind of have to listen and to hear the big parts, like you hear every single little part and how they interact. When the first time we heard this old kind of choir, we didn't really hear anything, we just kind of felt ourselves go like, oh God, and like an emotion kind of come over us, and we thought, okay, that has to start the album. You know, that's such an interesting, unique sound. Anyway, guys, these were fantastic questions. Best so far that we've done with any of these. Yeah, we're gonna play one more song for you. This is our single, 100 Bad Days. I think right after we're gonna be doing a signing. So yeah, we'll play this song. We'll see you right after. Thank you so much for coming out, everyone. Seriously, thank you. Remember when we all got drunk? I ended up with 2 broke thumbs. Oh my God, I felt so dumb. Lucky me. I wrote a song that no one knows. I played a show and no one showed. Oh my God, I felt so alone. Lucky me. When all is going wrong and you're scared as hell, what you gonna do? Who you gonna tell? Maybe, yeah.
100 good stories, 100 good stories make me interesting at parties.
100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties. Yeah. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. Yeah. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. Remember when she broke my heart, waiting for the waiter to return my car. Right as I let down my guard. Lucky me. Yeah. We had to work a bit more hard, only just to get a little bit less far. We could laugh about it all tomorrow, couldn't we? When all is going wrong and you're scared as hell, what you gonna do? Who you gonna tell? Maybe, yeah.
100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties.
100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties. Yeah. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you. 100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties here. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you. 100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties here. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. New Jersey, thank you so much. We are AJR. We'll see you in just a couple minutes. Thank you, guys.